Wednesday, the season of change. We're now winning Wednesdays. Okay, I was gonna wait till we got a little bit more, but I just can't. We're winning Wednesdays now. This is what's up. So if you don't know, now you know we're winning on Wednesdays. So let's go, let's grow. We're live across the spaces, the places. We're out here on the YouTube and in the X and live. And if you don't know, we're gonna be live across Metaverse Radio. So let's get those little things out of the way here. Let's make sure that we're all connected, all up, getting where we need to be. I see the Crypto Cam. I see Brover, Real MetaMinds, Ali Ing, Nifty, Island Music Fest. Thank you all for joining so far. I'm going to, over on the live video stream side of things, go ahead and bring up, if I can, let me see if I can find my mouse here. So the beauty of the fun part about all this, like, I'm actually... So we're running the space through the Beam Pro here, right? The Beam Pro 2. And look what, like, all that monitor and everything like that, all the sound you're gonna hear is right here. So that's all happening up here through these right here. And then all of the video and the audio and everything else, right, is happening over on the laptop, you know, the PC side of things. So we're hosting here. I get to host through the X Reel, so this is kind of cool because I can actually like walk around and I still see the space. I still see who's hanging out, and it's more free. So I see you, Abel. What's happening over there? Apollo, Sean, we're having a party. What's up, Joe? So yo, Crypto, Altered Alley in the house. Let's get some. So this is a great day. We're live on Metaverse Radio. So before we get any farther into this, I just have to say, because I care about all of that there, I care about everyone listening through Metaverse Radio, and I do care about myself as well. And I would want someone to look out for me too this way. So don't take anything I say here or anyone else says here to just as a hard fact. Go and check it out. Do your own research. Find out what's true and what's not true. Find out who's who and what's what. This is, you know, so just do your own research. Nothing you're going to hear here is good or positive or real financial, medical, or legal advice. Okay. Everybody here is going to have some sort of personal or financial interest in the subjects they discuss. So please go find out what they're saying before you just throw your money or your time or yourself into something, right? Find out the facts, find out what it is. As we say in crypto, don't trust, verify. So today we have Michael Camp over here, Honeycomb Hydro. They're on the live stream with us. What are we doing today? Because we're killing the Web3 Wednesdays, right? The Web3 Wednesdays is out the door. We are now winning Wednesdays. We're turning Web3 Wednesdays into winning Wednesdays. That's what was happening here. We're going to hodl this dream, keep it alive. We're winning on Wednesday. So thank you all for tuning in. You know what to do. Just request a mic. We'll bring you up. You can talk. You can hang out. If you want to join the live stream and get up here with us, show your face, show what you're working on. Maybe you have an avatar collection or things like that that we want to know about, that you just want to show off to people so you can, right? So you can grab this, not just this X Space stage, but you can also join us on stream here, show off what you've got. Because we're going to look at some of these cool things that people have made. There's one specific NFT avatar collection that did drop today. I don't know if Michael's seen this yet, if Honeycomb's seen this thing yet, but check it. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It is this pumpkin avatar, okay? But it's got this skeleton inside of it. So over there, it works on Nifty Island. It's not going to be available forever. I think it actually stops and is no longer available starting November 1st. You can check that out. Apollo's got that over there. Definitely tune into what he's got. The Metabot apes have been going crazy anyways, those thinking banana guns and everything else. So yeah, just go ahead, tap in with Apollo and get connected. But if you want to jump up and share what you've got going on, by all means, just request the mic. We'll do that. Michael Camp, what do you got for us? What's happening? What is this $1 land that we're seeing here? What is this crazy thing? What is happening? I mean, I'm for it. I'm with it. I have the stickers somewhere. I'll grab them here in just a second. But yeah, so what's happening with this $1 land? What is this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like these. My favorite.
Here, we're gonna do that test of that audio, right? We're gonna test that now because I'm in a couple spaces. So I'm gonna request up to the Twitter. Unless can they hear me? Huh?
Okay.
Can they hear me through your audio? Because you're talking through your glasses.
Pretty good,
right? right, Hex? You're talking. You've got the space running.
I am
through the
talking.
X3.
Yeah. So
can they hear me through your glasses?
Oh, I don't know. I just realized that the space
Right,
might just be super quiet, and I'm just sitting here. I didn't even think
the
about
space
that. Maybe
the space is working. The space is working. I can hear it right here, or
you can hear you in this space.
right
Is that
here,
what you're saying?
or on the other two browser pages. So we're trying to break stuff, guys. But I can hear you. I'm wondering if your speaker system's loud enough. Can the glasses pick up the host
to where they can hear you through? Can you hear yourself in the space? I don't know. Let's ask Brover. We got Brover up here on the stage. We can just ask him. Let's find out. Brover, can you hear Michael in space? What's up, man? Okay.
All right, we got a text here live from Lex.
Okay.
He said no.
Yeah.
He said no.
They said I sound robotic through here.
You do sound a little robotic.
I sound robotic, right? So the microphones come in fuzzy. Okay. Joe's sending a thumbs down. Boo. Okay, so X-Real, you hear that? We need better microphones. That's better right. Go ahead and tweet that out, somebody. Make that tweet. Say, X-Real, we love you. We like the vision. We like where you're going, but we need better microphones. They cannot hear you. So, yeah, I see you joining the space or coming up to request now. Maybe I'll bring you up. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave you down there and you can just only talk through the live and run the video, right? So it'll be like the sound guy in the back that nobody knew until, well, you needed to. So welcome to the party up here. What we got? So, Brover, how are we doing today? What else is happening?
Things are going great. I had a question related to Web3. I had a question. Excellent. Or anyone who got an answer for this. And I'm kind of curious. What are the Web3 apps that you or anyone else uses on a regular basis? Something that would replace Web2. I'm kind of intrigued. Over.
Web3 app that I use on a regular basis that I think is going to replace Web3. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a really good one. I think the apps I use the most, realistically, like real Web3 apps, I mean, outside of wallets, I guess, would be like Over or XR Hub, the AR app. But that's just me. And I know that I probably shouldn't even answer this question because, like, that's all I do is just play on those. So I'm curious, what are the apps? This is a great question. So who else has, if you can, maybe you're listening, tuning in, to the Web3 app, so what do you consider a Web3 app? Let's go back to that. What is like a social app type thing? Like
I can tell you mine. I can tell you mine if you want. That totally replaced the Web2 apps, and I'm wondering if there are some that I'm missing. For example, for social network, I'm using Lens protocol. So let's first define what is Web3 apps. Web3 apps are the apps that you will connect with your wallets. That is kind of decentralized or fully decentralized. And that is totally replacing Web2. So Lens protocol, DBank, Ravi wallet. So DBank to check your portfolio. Ravi wallet to do any kind of transaction or to track any wallet. Ethermail to replace emails, which is great because you don't have to fall under the hood of Google anymore. I mean, there are a bunch, but no other comes to my mind right now. But there's a whole bunch, and if you search, you can actually follow projects that are completely replacing, like, major companies that are part of the Web2. So if anyone has any other app that he uses on a regular basis, I'm intrigued. Over.
We just had Sean come up to the stage. I know Sean's been doing some things. He came up because they heard this question. I guarantee it. What's up, my metal friend?
Hey, man. How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Hex? Yeah, I
started ringing. I think the one that I use the most often is the it's built on the Hive blockchain. I use something called Peaked, which is a front end that's kind of like a blogging platform, and it doesn't really react to the cycles. I've been there since 2016, so I'm like, okay, that's where I regularly post. Anything that's I write, whether no matter what the topic is, it always goes up there, no matter what. Or if I'm working on anything cool, I'll start writing about it over there. And I think my other thing I mostly use is Medium, which is again kind of a writing platform, NFTs, minting stuff. So that's kind of the future of publishing and things like that. And and I'm also a partner on DLive. But the thing with all these different things that we're talking about is you can't commit just to them. Obviously, they've got to be part of a grander social media plan. It's great to be there and get early traction so that you and organic growth, so that if it does pop off, you get established in that algorithm. But of course, also you've got to be active, places like X and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all part of the grand scheme. But I'd say Medium and the Hive blog.
Oh, that's super great, because those apps, if they are connected to a certain network, if the company that connects the network isn't great enough, you can just go away and use another app that connects to the same network, and you didn't lose anything. It's not the same like if you were on Facebook and you just decide to leave, but then you lose all your friends. Because in Web3, you say, okay, I'm done with this one. I'm going to use another one because it's better, and you still get all your contacts. That's the best part about it. For example, there's this messaging app, XMTP, which is a network for instant communication between wallets. And a lot of apps are starting to be created. I think Converse was in it, and it's just like, if you don't like it, choose another one, and you still have all your contacts, all your conversations left. That's the great thing about it. Over.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely, as someone who lost music permanently when MySpace went down before Facebook got big, I definitely can see how that's nice and something that's worth seeking and having be part of the permanent, future of the internet. Let's keep those things and safe in an IPFS somewhere or something. I mean, it's nice to have that when not everyone has an external drive full of all their music and stuff like that. I do now, but as an up and coming artist, it just wasn't something that was on my mind. So.
Have you considered using which is this platform when you can upload music in a decentralized way? I think it's on layer 3. Which one is it? Sorry, I don't remember this one.
I've minted a couple songs to sound, and I'm playing around with that. We're building some stuff in the Web3 community around that, but nothing that wasn't just like a safekeeping space, just utility stuff.
Oh yeah, Sound XYZ. You didn't like that one?
It's all right, but it's very streamlined, and they don't care about. I want something that's cross chain. I'm looking to build a team around. I just got a job at Ava Labs, promoting the development side of Avalanche off the grid performance and popularity that's coming up right now. So I'm definitely looking to tap into people wanting to build the next, layer ones that would help, take music into the next digital age. So definitely looking to talk to people and build a team to solve these problems.
Hexadize, is he still there? Hex.
Yeah, we're still here. We are still here. Sorry, it took me a second to hit the button over there. No, we're still here. We just got Lex brought up here to the stage. So what's up, my Sacramento friend? You still there, Lex? Past the Lex, right? Yeah. Maybe he's getting situated.
Maybe you got to
Can
come
you guys
back.
hear me?
There we go.
Yep.
All right. Good morning. Good afternoon. Great interface. Looks really cool. I just want to I think it was Brover who brought up the topic. Great topic, right? Because I know we're all looking for alternative accessibility. I mean, without going too deep, some of the transitions, and again, I really believe Web3 is really an evolution. It's just the less we think about it as a wall, as a gate. It's like, okay, I'm going to go in here and close the gate. It's more of an evolution where it's like no matter how Web3 we are, we're still in some points still Web1. We're still in a transition of everything. But I understand what we're talking about. And I just want to throw a couple little defaults that have been around for a while. So let's say like as good as Chrome is and as good as Chrome has been, I've since about 2017 or something like that, I've been using Brave, and for many reasons. And when they started issuing BAT, and having their own internal wallet, and just the way that it's the settings, you actually have preferences that you can use, and it's crypto friendly. So Brave has been kind of in there, and for those who haven't used it, it just works really well, and it's a great comparison when you're working on something online and you want to see a little difference, stuff like that. So that's what I would say. So on the Web2 side, Spotify, right? So on the Web3 side would be Audius. If you guys haven't gone in there, AUDIUS, Audius, really, really interesting for music. Where it has an entire ecosystem for different artists and stuff like that. So you'd be surprised. You go in there, there's a lot of stuff going on. LinkedIn on the Web2 side, right? So you look into Endorse, INDORSE. Take a look at that. That's really interesting. And Google Drive, which is man, I have I don't know how many Google Drives out there, and they're all kind of like tipping the weight, right? But IPFS, I really enjoy placing things in IPFS, and not only just assets like music and videos and stuff like that, but kind of tokenizing your website. Is there? The websites you guys have are is there a version on IPFS? Maybe a more simpler, basic one, where it's also in there, where it's censorship free and you control the node. So those are a couple of guys I want to throw into the conversation.
But I have a question for you. Do you? I understand this EPFS. Is it like a storage system where you connect your wallet to access it, and if the person who wants to get that information gets the storage, doesn't have the private key, can't access it? Do I understand it well?
Interplanetary file system. You can do that if you like, Rover. Right? It's basically, in other words, it's where you're hosting. Right? So it's giving you a place outside of the corporate means. Right? Where you can have your own node right off of your computer. It's not really too difficult, and then within there, you can set that up. You can set up those type of, in other words, it's giving you the environment. You could literally host a website from a Google Drive. It's just a hierarchy of folders, right? So I'm giving you kind of an example of where you can host data, right? And then there are certain parameters that you can use. It's almost like an open platform, but it's outside of, let's say, Amazon, right? Hosting, which you'd be surprised, right? How many of these decentralized blockchain, ecosystems are okay? Yeah, it's Web3, but is it? Because it's being hosted on Amazon. It's being hosted over here on, on this particular GoDaddy and this and that. So IPFS is definitely, I would love, just all of us in the near future, just dive a little bit in there. And I'm sure with all the brains in this room, we can figure that out. Like, how can we get what you're saying, right? How can we create that outside the parameters of a controlled environment where it's like, oh, I don't necessarily like that needs to come down. Well, on IPFS, it's like, it's a lot of, the way it works, it's censorship free. Not sure if I answered your question, but that's as much as
I understand. I feel like it's like the ground is set to be able to do it, but to make it user friendly, like you just download the little app and you just have to connect to your wallet, your MetaMask, just have to validate to sign with your ledger, and then you can just access your storage. This has to be set up, I feel, and yeah, it would be so great if you just have to hold a token or pay a certain amount of token of this network just to be able to store it online, and the fact that you have your private keys is the biggest security that you have for your files. This is what I'm looking for, and I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's something that needs to be developed that already exists, right? Just like on what we do every day, right? Whether it's, I just renewed. I mean, last night, ETH gas I got it down to like I think 8, and I went ahead and renewed a bunch of my ENS domains, and right, it was just like it felt good, going in there, doing what we do, your wallet, this and that, and secure and all that. So those are, little Web3 identities, right? Whether it's sign in with Ethereum, or you're using your MetaMask, or however you choose to sign in. Those are which actually you opened up a great question, right? Because here we are, we're looking at wonder.land, the extension .land, not .com, right? .land, which opens a conversation for a whole thing, right? It's like for a lot of the builders in this room, where you want to showcase your virtual real estate and stuff like that. It's cool, that you have this, it's on Space or it's on this. Yeah. How about getting a quick shortcut, and saying whether it's, Era Labs, X Labs, or whoever it is, .land, and have that point to that thing, right? But in the case of what you're talking about, that's something that needs to be built. Once it's built, then you upload it into IPFS, right? So the what you're saying is a great idea, right? And have that type of, which I'm gonna look. I believe in one of my bookmarks. I believe that I have a kind of like a Web3 shortcut to like a little Web3 kind of LinkedIn, where it does allow you to kind of log in with your wallet, and you have that kind of like the kind of capacity where you can store stuff. So I'm gonna do my homework and try to get back to you on that.
That would be super cool. Thank you. Exodice, you want to continue?
I'm taking notes and surfing around the metaverse while y'all were talking. Because I look at people like Altered Alley, because that's where I was. I was inside the fantasy metaverse, and all of the things that they've got going around. And in my screen on X, I have Tracks and Altered Alley sitting right next to together, or side by side, and there's Kayvon, like all three. And so I look at these 3 different people, right? These 3 different artists, these 3 different creators, these 3 different entrepreneurs, however you want to look at it. And they've all got assets and branded items across the metaverse, right? And not just the metaverse, but within NFTs and everything like that. They've all got their own identities and things. And just the different ways that all this attaches. So like in the tattoo metaverse, there's a lot of PNGs and stuff, and you can go IRL and get one of those tattooed on your skin from Altered. Like you can pick out your work right there, right? So you don't have to look. You can even use the AR capabilities, put it on your skin and check it out, right? But to have that, like I was saying, going back to the IPFS stage, where now, it's not just the new owner of the tattoo gets this thing, but like it's still Altered, right? At the end of the day, anybody else that uses that PNG, they're just taking it from wherever that is. Track, same type of thing. I like how you almost can't do anything Tracks related without it being through a blockchain where they've locked it in and they've done it in such a way that even the future, like the next generation of Tracks coming in, right, it's already set up owning their ideas. So they don't even have to go through the process that like the older Tracks generation probably went through, having those conversations about. But you're telling me that you're going to take this, but I'm not going to own it anymore. This doesn't make any sense, right? And so, yeah, it's really cool. And same thing about owning those assets, owning those identities, and being able to take that to that next layer. So it's not just in Nifty Island or inside Spatial or inside Voxels, as great as those are, because I'm still going to use all my virtual lands. I'm not getting rid of my over just to add some X slides. But I can use that like $1 dot land in the same way that, like you're saying, like you can route it. Boom. Now this is that. You got this is the lane. This is the shop. This is the whatever, this is the team page, this is this, that, and the other. And it's all owned by that idea. That's cool. So but you said this still needs to be built. So who's driving the hackathon that's making that happen?
Hey, Hex.
Yeah.
While you were transmitting that, just throwing like kind of projections in my head, I always imagine like the stuff that everybody that you had mentioned in the room, that's constantly building and everything that's being built, like just this amazing just creativity happening in the next 90 days, which is awesome, right? And I always think about, okay, I love what all my colleagues are building, and it's out there in all these different virtual worlds, right? And it's like, of course, there's the next step is like to take that what you built here, there, and bring it out, to your neighborhood, to your town square, to your nearest main street, right? And then, interact with the public and show them that same gallery, whether it's, the 13 hexes or the winter wonderlands or what era is building over there, and put it outside, right? So there's that wet dream, right? But there's also what, for instance, let's say the different assets that are being shown there, right? Because you have the environment, right? But then you have, let's say we have a gallery, right? And this gallery is, let's say it happens to be one of my Tezos gallery, right? And where I kind of display different Tezo glitching and trash artists. All right, that's cool. So in order for that to be there, these already need to be, they already belong to somebody and they're already minted. What I would like to see in some of these upcoming environments where you can go and there's already art displayed, and if you want to buy it, you actually mint it right there. You're actually tokenizing right there, like kind of like what Bro was talking about. So I want to interact with it right there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want this. Like kind of like when you go to a gallery, whether it's wherever you are, like, oh, I like this, and the cute girl comes and puts a little orange sticker next to it. It's okay, you bought it. This one's sold. Sorry, it's already sold. This guy bought it. This girl bought it. I would love to go to a online, on cyber, on everything, VR gallery, AR gallery, and see that. And if it already exists, definitely point it at me, because I would love to do it. Because it would be cool to do it somewhere, because usually when you go somewhere, it's already minted, and that's how you source it, and that's how you place it. But to go somewhere where there's an open gallery and you can mint right there, and that can go straight to your wallet, right? That would be cool. That way the audience can participate and be like, okay, we have an open bidding. Go ahead. And everybody's just scrambling to see what they want. Is this in your budget? Oh, here's an ordinal. Here's some Tezos. Or here's the ETH. Where's the ETH? Can you have the ETH gas price on top of it? I don't know. Just want to throw that in there, see what you guys think about that.
But do you imagine like you would be in like in over reality? You are in a land and you see a bunch of other people seeing the same article, and you see that there is a lot of hype around it, and every time you buy something, you actually buy the thing in reality, and in the meantime you have the NFT of it, and you can put it on your avatar and you get it in real life at the same time. So you are flaunting what you have as an NFT that you can put on your avatar and at the same time wear in the real life. Is that the kind of thing that you're thinking about?
Absolutely. But you took it up. You took what I'm talking about as art into the digital, right? A lot of people don't like that word, but it's okay. We'll use it. Where it's like, think about apparel, right? We go out, you go to the mall, you go wherever you want. It's like, oh, I like this, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna wear the sneakers out, right? You go to, whoever it is, Winter Wonderland, or where it is you want to go to. It's like, oh, I want to get some gear. Hey, dude, why are we wearing shorts and stuff? It's winter. I want to throw on a hoodie with a really dope, you know, I don't know, graphic, in the front. You buy it and you put it on right there. Just like what I've done. I think it was I forgot his name. So cool, but Era hooked me up with a bunch of gear in spatial, and it was just like boom, hit and it's there. That's cool. But what if, as I'm sure she does, and a lot of people design these apparels, design these garments, because we need to support each other, right? I mean, everybody needs to pay a mobile phone, everybody needs to put fuel, everybody needs to do something, right? I need pizza, right? And just like what you said, Brover, right? So we go out and it's like, all right, what are you guys going to wear to Winter Wonderland? What are you guys going to wear to the 13 Hexes? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what, so-and-so is having a sale on this type of stuff where we go in there and we buy it right there, and it's like, okay, what are you accepting? Okay, we're accepting Tezos, East, BTC, or we're accepting whatever it is, So I don't know. I think that would be a good idea.
In this way, you solve the problem. How do you say in English when you have false manufacturing, when something is not real? You can directly see if that person did buy real stuff or not. So it solves the problem of piracy, I would say, and really this creates value at the same time. Over.
Well, okay. So let's say you buy that apparel, right, for that metaverse experience. Well, because you have that, now you have provenance, right? Now when I go to Wondar.shop, now when I'm gonna go and get the hoodie in IRL, I'm gonna put in my little code that I already have the actual NFT. So I'm gonna get 10% off because I have that apparel within, the metaverse, and now I'm gonna rock it, to Web3 Miami. I'm gonna rock it to Miami Art Week. I'm gonna rock it to Art Basel Miami. Art Basel Paris is happening right now. You know what I mean? And it's like, it'd be dope. You see someone wearing that, say, hey, wait, do you also have the metaverse apparel for that? And it should go both ways.
In a QR code, you mean?
Well, what would you use a QR code for?
So, for example, if you wear something that you bought and that has a connection with the Web3, you just have to scan a QR code to direct you online where you bought it.
Yeah, I mean that's one way, right? You could also use near field communication, right? You could use NFC chips, but what I think is, what is it? Refect. Someone please correct me. That basically that's how they know whether it's real or not, which is interesting, right? Everybody walks around. Is that a fake bag? Is that a new bag? Who cares? It's all, it costs $1.43 somewhere, to make it, but you brought up a good thing, right? How do you, if it has a QR code or an NFC chip, you can just tap it, right? And it'll tell you, oh yeah, look, this thing almost like a Pope, right? Where it goes and it tells you, yeah, oh, you still haven't verified this garment on this particular virtual world where you are now, you have this apparel waiting on you. If you buy in the physical world, you get the digital one. If you buy in the digital world, you get the physical one. That could be, a good little reason why, somebody has a sale and that goes on for a day or a week or whatever it is.
Or let me explain another way. The Internet of Things is something, for example, something that you wear. I would think that there is something to prevent, being tracked being tracked. But if someone, I mean, at some point we will all wear something that is related to AR glasses. That's something that animates in a certain way when you wear AR glasses. That is IoT. So imagine a hoodie that you wear that is animated. If someone wears glasses and sees that apparel, this hoodie, for example, with hugely animated for anyone who sees it, because it would be linked to IoT. Do you imagine the market about it?
Yeah, that sounds dope. That sounds dope. I'm gonna post just to like the chat of the space. I looked up right now. I'm looking at this little video. It's Polygon presents converting a Web2 browser app to Web3. It's from 2022, so long ago, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and post it there, and that way, when you have a chance, take a look at it, or anybody can take a look at it, because it's really interesting. It's showing like little different, like little snippets of code and stuff like that you can add to your website.
Check it. Exodus, you want to take over?
Oh yeah, no, like I'm sitting here soaking all this up with y'all. I'm into it. The idea, the concept of opening up my augmented reality app and saying, "Oh, I want that," and clicking it and buying it, and then claiming either the digital or the physical, either which way it goes, going back off it. I'm with you. That has been a dream of mine for quite a while now. And yeah, no, I'm with you. There's Apollo, like he's not in here now, but if you look at the live screen, right, the live stream side, it's officialthebrand.com is the website. That's their website, but they've been doing this so well. They drop these. I mean, it's everything. It's everything. Yeah, and every part of it, like you can access a different layer to it. I mean, yeah. So just the fact that they have WeAR where. I mean, come on now. That's just gold. They've done everything with the Beast and everybody else. It's realistic. They were the ones making the one dollar land as far as 3D assets and everything like that. So yeah, these are the types of things that getting all of this like right there, $50 a month to get the little box thing or whatnot. Yeah, adding all of this in, making it and doing that transition. So this thing that you shared and I can't access it from here. But that helps everybody. So let's say I do have my Web2 page, right? And I want to get to this next level, like something like this. With what you shared up here, if I understand this right, I can take my normal Shopify type store and bring it in. Is that right?
I need to see if you're talking to me, Hex, I need to go through the whole thing after the show to see exactly. It could be a little more in depth, maybe changing code here and there, because we're talking browsers, right? Because even like, for instance, I have one of the things I love about Web3 identities when it comes to Web3 domains, whether it's .tez or .eth, is because it allows you again to kind of use it in different ways. I have music, I have video embedded in domains, which I can't do with my .coms for as long as I've been registering .coms, but with the Web3 domains, you could do specific things. And there are certain, like I have specific, I can't think about it right now. I got specific audio domains, right? That are specifically for Web3 audio. Right, that just as soon as you type in the address, it goes to it and it plays. It works really well on Brave. Safari. I don't know what works on Safari, but like for instance on Chrome, you got to kind of do another little kind of like hashtag or something on it. So I can't wait until just everybody kind of gets their shit together and it's like we could just put Web3 data in there, so I believe this particular video, as I'll go through it at some point today, and it's like converting a Web2 browser app, to Web3, so is it on the browser part, is it on the app part? But it's Polygon, which seems to be the back end of a lot of things going on. But yeah, definitely something we need to look at. And if anybody else, I guess, finds anything out there for this conversation, definitely throw it in.
That's very cool. Going beyond just the NFT web, quote unquote Web3 aspect, and embedding things into the website specifically. That's it's like the ordinal dream.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, it was. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. There might be a couple of ENS fellows in the room, but the Ethereum name server and GoDaddy made a partnership last year. You know, that was. It was actually. Could it be last year already or earlier this year? That was big time. I mean, big time for. I mean, I've been through network solutions and VeriSign since the late '90s, and it was like, for GoDaddy to kind of do that handshake and say, oh no, look, now we're gonna add this seamless 2-step, 3-step button on your registrar, right? That you can tokenize your .com domain and point it to whatever Web3 domain you want that is .eth. So theoretically, you can send an asset, you can send, whether it's currency, an asset, for instance, to techmental.eth, you would send it to techmental.com, and it's going to redirect it to techmental.eth. That, for whatever you want, Web 2, Web 3, that's the evolution we need to get to, where all registrars are kind of doing this, and that's going to be, that giant leap where everybody kind of comes in, where it's not like, oh, you're Web 2, we're Web 3. It's like, no, it's just the evolution. I always look at it, it's just, it's the, you have the terrible twos. I mean, you're a father, you understand the terrible twos. And then when they're a teenager and they hate you, and then in their 20s, they need money. And then in the 30s, they're back living with you. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's how I feel about the internet. It has all these different kind of growing pains.
It's so true. So, and I love the way you put it. The internet's just in its growing state, and if we think of the internet instead of being at this final stage that it's in, and we think of it as an ever expanding, ever growing, I think it might, that might actually be easier to consume, right? And even in my own self, as much as I think I understand about this stuff, even here and now, just saying it out, it is a little bit easier to for myself to digest that concept of this isn't the internet, right? What we see, in fact, in 15, 20 years, it won't be that thing anymore. The way those next generations use this form of communication is going to be forever evolving, changing, and advancing. I watched this thing on Instagram the other day where they said two people met up in a dream. Like, what is that? They connected their mental brainwaves, right? And then met up in a dream mentally, sort like they were sleeping, and then but still, I know, right? You got to get.
Yo, wait a minute. You need to forward that. Hold on.
Hang on, because I am live. Let me. Well, and I'll do this. I'll even share the tab of my Google search here. We're gonna go.
Could you imagine? Like, there's like places where there's people that have like people just coming in and they're like, okay, this couple wants to meet themselves in a dream, or these people want to kind of do something. That's crazy. But I think that the data's out. I mean, I don't know. Is the tech out there? Like, right? I mean, I hear like it might be, scientific, like headbands and stuff that can transmit data into like colors and stuff like that. I mean, it's like the data's out there, I believe. I mean, we are made up of electricity, right? We are made of like all this kind of stuff.
Look, this is full Black Mirror. This is full Black Mirror. I don't know if you saw the episodes when people they were I think they were in the last time of their life, and they just decide to connect to a network to be in a virtual life, and at some point some people just are dead, and it's just the avatar of them, the memory of them that is just wandering there, and you can just join if you want to stay in the vegetative state in your life and just be there and have party the entire time. It just feels like that.
It does, and you know what's, and I know an episode, and there's another one on, I don't know if it was Max or whatever they call it, that had another one that was very similar and had different episodes of that kind of stuff. And it's kind of interesting because I guess it depends. I know we're jumping into a whole other thing, but it depends. Is it like a fever dream? Like, you know, like you have a fever dream, and was it a good dream? Or was it one of those dreams that you're trying to get out of, but you can't because you're in this kind of loop, you know, where it's like, oh, you can't. I mean, I've had these, you know, fever dreams where it's like, I just want to get out of this dream, but it keeps on looping. That would be a nightmare, right? That you're on this consciousness tip, and it's just looping this terrible, like a bad trip, should I say, you know? But what if you can program, Brover, what if you can program, you know, you create, you design that consciousness you want to end up at, with who you want to be and all that, like, you know, your version of the Garden of Eden, you know what I mean, where your forever place.
It's just your matrix, right? You decide to create your own matrix to be in a forever paradise, I would say. Now we are going way too far. Over.
Look, this is not. We've gone deeper. So back in what your 2021 Spaces were just a thing. Like Spaces had just started, and we started doing this Tech Tuesday thing. Myself and some guys up out of Chicago and another spot. We just started hanging out here. And because all this stuff was still pretty fresh and still new, Meta wasn't Meta yet. It was still Facebook. Okay, so like we went so far. We were at that time, contacts and stuff. People weren't really getting implants in their heads, but now they are. And so we were all taking votes on who's going to be the first one if we all get fancy. And you know, what's the first thing you're going to do with your superpowers that you now have because you're connected to the internet before everybody else is. And so yeah, we've gone down those rabbit holes, and we still can. But I wanted to welcome Crypto Cam up to the stage. What's happening, my guy?
What is good? What is good? What is good? Yeah, I had to jump in on that. Like, you know, it seems like far fetched, you know, for the dream meetups or dream VR, if you want to call it, you know. But you know, I think it's doable. You know, sounds like a good case study for the hex bands that are coming out. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's get some neural hex bands going on and start reading and implementing some things. I mean, we got the skill and the talent, you know, within this room. I feel like to really make that reality.
Oh yeah, I say that I'm all for it. To be very real with you, like I am all for getting all of the band and all of the brain activities active everywhere. Like let's do this.
The band to make good dance.
There you go. Real quick, while I'm checking on time here, let me see where we're at. What time is it? We're like 10, 15 minutes till, right? Okay, so before we finish this, because I want to let everybody know what's happening this Saturday and coming up and what we're going to start doing, right? So if you haven't noticed, we mentioned a couple of things about $1 land, right? $1.land. You have to go check it out if you haven't already. Go to it, sign up, get registered, get on the email list, however you want to call it. There's going to be newsletters coming out with things like what CryptoCam was talking about with that headband. There's going to be different devices and hardwares and techs like you've seen me all this whole time. I've been running this whole space out of my X-Real. X-Real, can we get a mic fix? Check. Can we get a mic fix? X-Real, but the glasses are amazing. I like them. I love them. My Beam Pro, I carry it everywhere. The spatial videos are, I mean, it's just what it is. So, but adding in things like the headband and those neural networks and things like that, we're really getting excited about that as well. But this Saturday, if you're looking at the live stream, you're going to see over here, I'm standing in the Tattoo Metaverse, okay? And which is cool. I love the Tattoo Metaverse. We've been running around a little bit here, But we're going to be going through the haunted alley this Saturday. We're going to be group of us. So be prepared to be scared. All right. Jump scared. Bring your headset. Bring your vest. We're going to be out there 10 a.m. Dallas time. That's 11 a.m. Miami time. I believe that's 8 a.m. LA time, right? So East Coast, West Coast is going to be an early morning spooky scare, right? We're going to jump in here, do the thing on Metaverse Radio, be here, don't be late, and then we're going to go and we're going to get haunted in the alley. So should be a good time. I've never gone through any of all the spots and not had a good time. Even the tattoo Metaverse is thinking amazing. So that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday. We're going to start hopping around. This is going to be more normal. So throughout the $1 land experience, because it's just that, it's about the $1, right? So there's been a lot of augmented reality. We're going to start doing a lot more of that. You're going to start seeing it maybe here a little more often, maybe less often, I don't know. But there is a shop over on the $1.shop, right? And right now you can get your packages if you're interested, okay, in taking your brand, your experience to that next level, right? You want to get involved? If we do have things, we do have certain areas that we are in consistently and have that presence. So if you want to be attached to that, by all means, jump in there. There's like 5 different packages that you as a bigger brand, if you want to, can come in. If you're an artist and you just want to be shown, you just want to be talked about, then do like Altered and just do something for us to talk about, man. Just like be cool. Drax is cool. Like Drax doesn't pay us to go to a spot and hang out while you're doing a DJ set and then go and talk. That's never been paid by Drax. I've never been paid by us. Yeah, they're just doing their thing. And it's the same thing. They come in, we hang out, we go play, right? So if you really want to get involved and you really want to support those artists, then you go to their spot, you buy their NFTs. Drax has NFTs. Altered has NFTs. K-Bot's got NFTs, okay? And when I say NFTs, they're not just some pictures. There's games and there's activities involved. Altered Alley's got this super world adventure out there. The Haunted Alley is not stuck to spatial. Let's be very real. So this Saturday is going to be pretty extreme because of how many different areas there are to this, right? Because it's on Over, it's on Spatial, it's on Super World. It's just I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Google by the time it's done, because that's what Altered Alley does. I've never gone anywhere in the world that they didn't go, oh, you're there? We'll play my Monster Hunt. So you can collect these toys, these assets, these things that they've got. It goes beyond just a pretty picture. I'll use the word utility, because I guarantee if you show up, and I'll say this, and he can reject it if he wants to, but if he does, he just calls me, I'll cover it. So if you collect 150 of Altered Alley's NFTs, okay, and you show up to the IRL brick and mortar tattoo shop, get a tattoo, 1 inch size tattoo, no details, just a black world. That's it. Just a solid black circle. That's all I'm gonna give you. I'm just saying, you can just give I don't know, but I'll say it. And if he doesn't go for it, you can blame me and be like, Hex said. He's like, Hex doesn't even work here. Hex said, you can go get a free tattoo from Altered Alley if you have 150 of their NFTs. You have to cover it though. You have to open the wallet right there in front of them and like show them all 150 NFTs, okay? Because you go get one. There's utility to these things. It goes beyond. And that digital word, man, that just got physical, right? On that level. So that's the thing out there. The Asu box, okay? If you don't know about the Asu box, I'm a fan. And they were one of the first. There's only like 3 projects that actually dropped this way, where they were full 3D assets back in 2021. They weren't everybody else was PFPs. These were full 3D, and each one was built different. None of them are the same. There are some that are in the same like kind of characteristics, but it goes beyond just changing a t-shirt or hat. All of the 3D assets were different. So I have one, or I actually have several. But that's opened up inside the sandbox. If you go inside the sandbox and you look at that world, it's like right there, dead center. You can't miss the Asu box. It's connected. Like there's the spot where like you go, the main hub, and then like there's this what we call the Golden Road or whatever that leads into it, and they're right there. They're touching the stinking box by the sandbox. Of course, you can't think and miss it. Right? So Ossibox 2D avatars out now. Watch the Wonder Shop, right? There's going to be some things coming out. I showed earlier up on this live screen over here. Let me see if I can get back to it over here. Okay, I'm going to do this. But you can see here, scroll back up. There's a few options, okay? There's going to be some shirts, there's stickers. I'll show you the stickers. There's stickers. Okay, if you like stickers, we got stickers. There are stickers. You can't see that sticker. There's a sticker. There's a sticker. There's other stickers. There's shirts, the hats, the everything. It's and you know how it is. It's going to be all augmented reality stuff. It's going through into Nifty Island. There's going to be the avatars. We are going to have the game. It's going to be a good time. See what's out there, right? November's right around the corner, and that's where we're going to start playing out, not just in Dallas, but around the world and going global. We already know, I'm counting on some of you. So if you haven't already gotten connected, this is that moment, right? Because it's about everything's set, everything's done. So people that are listening, if you want to go ahead and just, because from here on out, we're just going to start going to your world. You know what I mean? Get your world on the list. We want to wonder where you are and get there, right? So I see Lex's hand is up. The mic is yours.
Awesome. Thanks for all that info. I was just gonna say, are you able to scroll? There might be a delay on my end, but are you able to scroll to the calendar on the site? I can't hear you. I don't know. Did I rug?
No, you're good. I was scrolling and pulling it up just now, just for you, just like that. So yes, there's the calendar of events. I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you can be able to zoom Control Plus or you're on your glasses. Okay. You know what would be dope? I'm going to say it out loud. Okay, so this would be dope if we also had a kind of metaverse calendar.
So, and that's kind of what we're doing here. I'm glad you said it that way, because that's what. So, like people like Helen, people like Trax and Altered and K-Bot, and all these people that have these worlds, right? They have these spots. Get in, go fill out the form, because we're going to be coming to you, but we want to put you on this calendar. I'm glad you said that way. So that way, I wasn't letting them know that here there is a spot where the right people are going to know what we're doing, right? What's up, LM? How you doing? Welcome to the party. RD. I see something. Something finally hit my net. So, Lex, you said you posted something up to the net real quick before we get out here. You said you put something up in the nest. I see CryptoCam put up something in the nest for Emily Lazar. This is a special episode for me, Cam. So a couple of years ago, going from 22 into 23, we did the metal and it was called MetaMosh, right? But it was the metal and the metaverse show. And Emily, because Emily Lazar, to me, in my opinion, and I'm not saying that Avenged Sevenfold has done an amazing job. Right? I really like how they came into the space and did what they did. I mean, you know, we just won't talk about it. But Emily Lazar has been legit through the whole thing, right? Taking their band, taking that show, even on the road when they go to places. If you're a holder, you get it for free. You get VIP, those kind of things. So they've really given real utilities across the board to everybody, right? But they're super cool. The whole band is just really, really amazing and super chill, even for being at the stature that they could probably try and claim, be like, you know, first metal band in NFTs, first metal band to do real live stuff in the metaverse, first metal band is go like hardcore, extreme, everyday, NFT, Web3. You know, so she can have a few claims, but they don't. She's just like, nah, I do music. Like she is so cool about it, and I love that take because she gets it. Like, you know, she really gets it's the music, and then there's this thing that it's not the Web3 and the music for her. Where there's been a lot of the artists I see, they're like, oh, well, they got big because of Web3. Where her case is, you know, her art, and then now you can get it on Web3. Very Imaging Heap style, right? But just metal, in my opinion. So really cool, really excited about that show coming up. That is today, actually. That is just a couple hours. No, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Today we're going to, because it's Wednesday, Super Wednesdays, right? Over there with Solo. And that's where we're going to be in a couple hours. There's a lot more shows. I think that, man, we're going to be hopping around the metaverse so much today. It's going to be crazy. There's other places to go. Something going on at 2 p.m. somewhere, I think. What's up?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think I love the calendar. I love the calendar. And if you guys go to wonder.land and check out the stuff that's going on, it looks really dope. There might have to be two. There might have to be one of the audio spaces and one just of the virtual worlds. Because I mean, there's so much stuff going on, and so it won't be so busy that you can actually read it. But yeah, because there's so much going on, there's so much going to be built, and if it's a consistency like Dope Stilo, you know, and the way he pushes and stuff like that, I definitely see there's going to be two calendars. I think would be dope because one is audio based and the other one is spatial based, you know, or just virtual world. But yeah, I like this. It's pretty dope. And then it's going to get to a point where we're just going to click on it and go there and portal. Wait, are these links actually portals? Is that where it's going to mature into?
Yes. Exactly. So much. Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
And I wanted to jump in real quick. This is hashtag not Snoop because I'm not Snoop. I had to hijack my AI's account so I can talk because you guys seen how we're streaming and what we're doing a lot of testing back here. But yes, that calendar, we're in the works of some fun stuff and levels of being able to access and play with it through your X-Real glasses. So the calendar is very, very important, and it is the power of the community, right? It's because of all of us why there is so much to do, while so much of the world has no idea about it, right? So the solution in that. When you're talking on artists and the components of this, when you go to the calendar, you'll see November, December's is being activated. We're doing some awesome stuff there. Art Basel activation things, going out, activate some areas with some things. But then between Winter Wonderland's running until January 3rd. So in December, we'll be doing 12 days of Wondar, where we get to put those different and specific, be it physical or virtual or tandem, right? I think there's a third level of a calendar because the connectivity between the said physical events and then virtual, and then that schedule, what it looks like, right? So now it's a tool to facilitate event management, keep it decentralized and build it through the builders. With that, I believe we'll have the collective of the people in these spaces, the individuals that have been here for years, right? We're still so far ahead of the curve, but now the world is recognizing the curve. So we're in a really extremely dynamic position, and I'm just proud to be here with each and every one of you guys.
We're about to have a blast. It's about to be a movie. Life is a movie, and
now I remember
we're living.
what I was saying. Sorry, Hex. If you go to the
go ahead.
AR ecosystem, it says join our team. Click that. That's your form. That was the point of all that. Artists to come in, players to come in. If this sounds like something you want to get your business involved in and make some sales in a different way, that's what we've built all this for, to empower the builders. So that little link brings you into the form. Fill out how you'd like to get involved, and we will be in touch.
It's about to get groovy. It's about to get good. What's up, Crypto Cam? You jumped off. You came back up.
I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear Honeycomb, so I just dropped down and wanted to come back up here.
You ready for this? Are you ready for Wondar Land? So for those of you, Crypto Cam's been running the show. I'm gonna just talk on this for just a second while I flash these stickers. But he's been running this little show over here, not little show, and had some really, really great quality top artists and just good people come in as guests. And it just so happens that a lot of them are women leaders in the space at the moment, and have been for the past few years. And so and I don't know, and it seems like the list keeps going and going. And someone asked a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, about some women in the space. Do we know, are there any women doing things in the space? And so to be honest, there's quite a few, and they're all popping up in Crypto with Cam space every Thursday. So not all at the same time, necessarily, because there's so much to get from each one, right? There's a lot behind each story, and getting to hear some of those stories and really going behind the artist and why they're doing what they're doing. LM was in there, getting to hear, and so there's lots of great, amazing people around the world doing that. So I highly recommend hopping in that tomorrow. That's Thursday. We should add that to a calendar somewhere. You're right though. We should have like a talk calendar, a metaverse calendar, an event calendar. Man, this could get crazy. And if we do it though, we do it right,
then it gets segmented, and we're almost, because of what all's going on, we're gonna have to cut those down to a week, right? Weekly releases. So there's bigger boxes for people to associate things with, and then imagine when that's ever changing and you just go and throw your glasses on and you just turn your head and you're looking at each day's event, maybe clicking on into it and then portaling through like
it could, right? It could just keep going, and it does. To be very real, and that's that is the thing about this. It really does, because there's so many people that are just doing the thing. They're just doing things. You got Joe in here. No one said Joe. I don't know. Someone might have mentioned Joe, but I'm pretty sure they did. But the dude just he's a creative machine. He gets in these zones. It's like he goes out and fishes on the lake, and he gets these ideas, and then he comes home and he makes them happen. But yeah, that's been Joe for the last little while. We're 4 minutes past the hour today, and I want to thank everybody that's come in. Let me do the roll call, because I don't do this very often. Sometimes shout out people in spaces, sometimes I don't. There's been quite a few people that jumped in on Instagram. I see Munch Division. Thank you for joining in the Sneak R crew. Shout out you and everything y'all have going on over there, bringing the AR to the real world again. We'll be walking through the Dallas DFW swap shop with them this upcoming November. And we're going to be head to toe. Like I'm telling you, people, if you think I was just talking for the past 5, 6, 17 years, however, it feels like a million years, about what's happening with this future of technology and the AR and all this stuff, okay? If you thought I was just talking for all these years, just making a bunch of noise, just wait till you see what's happening this November through December into next year. It's about, because it's only up from here. It's only up from here, okay? So shout out everybody that joined in. X-Real, I see DOG, Strawberry Cake, RXA, $1 Lamb, Track Zone, Designs, Altered Alley, to everyone, K-Bot, Poops. I don't know you, but your name was fun. Web3 Metal Showcase. While we're talking about signing up for newsletters, that's the newsletter right there. You want to be in Web3, you want to be in metal, you want to be in like the music that's not the EDM, not the rap, not to do anything wrong with that. But there's more options, right? There's other music. Like I found out about this stinking old band from wherever over in like some ice journey somewhere because of the Web3 Metal newsletter. And they're stinking awesome. Like they are, it's AI. You gotta go. You can find out more on the Web3 Metal. Shan's done an amazing job. They've followed and done their due diligence, going through the different music platforms like SoundXYZ, like Collector, whatever, and all of those others. Going through and seeing which ones work, how do the playlist work, what's in it for the artist outside of what's in it for the platform to get an artist, right? What is the artist actually getting? What does it do for them? Does it actually expand? And they go deep into what all the different bands have done as well. So follow up with them. They've got more things coming up because, again, it's only up from here, right? So this is the last Web3 Wednesdays, because from here, we're all winning Wednesdays, and that's just where we're going to stay. We're going to stay on winning Wednesdays. You can win with us next Wednesday. I'm Hexadized. You got Hexadized. We're Hexadized, and we're out.